Welcome, curious minds. Today we're embarking on a deep dive into something really extraordinary, India's highest military decoration. We've gathered some, compelling insights, mainly drawing from a detailed Wikipedia entry, to give you a kind of shortcut to understanding its history, its significance, and the just incredible acts of valor it represents.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable how just one award can tell such a profound story about a nation's spirit, and its heroes. We'll look at not just what it is, but really why it holds such immense importance for India's identity.
Okay, let's get into it then. This pinnacle of bravery.
Yeah.
The Param Vir Chakra. So what exactly is it? What does the name itself tell us?
Well, Param Vir Chakra translates roughly as the Wheel of Supreme Bravery, and it's granted specifically for most conspicuous bravery in the presence of the enemy. So right there in the name, it sets this incredibly high bar.
Supreme bravery.
Okay.
And how does it compare internationally?
That's a good point. It's often considered equivalent to some of the world's most renowned awards for gallantry. Think the Victoria Cross in the UK or the Medal of Honor in the US.
Wow. Okay, so it's really up there.
Definitely. It really highlights India's commitment to recognizing, extreme valor. Our sources note, as of January 2018, it had only been awarded 21 times, which is incredibly rare.
21 times.
And 14 of those were posthumous.
14 posthumous. Wow.
And here's something really interesting. 16 of those 21 awards came from actions in the Indo-Pakistani conflicts.
16 out of 21. That really says something.
It really does. It shows a powerful link between the award and those pivotal moments in India's history.
And who was the very first person to receive this honor?
That distinction belongs to Major Somnath Sharma, and we'll definitely be hearing more about him.
Right. So with an award this significant, how did it actually come about? It wasn't just created right after independence, was it?
No, not quite. You can actually trace the lineage of modern Indian gallantry awards back further, back to the East India Company. The first sort of formal award was the Order of Merit, established way back in 1834 by Lord William Bentinck. It later became the Indian Order of Merit.
Huh. And our sources mentioned gold medals even before that, like 1795.
That's right, for Indian officers. Subedar Abdul Qadir was noted as the first recipient. His medal apparently said for conduct and courage on all occasions.
That's fascinating. So there was this existing system.
Yes, and the British awards, like the Victoria Cross, were eventually extended to Indian soldiers too. But, after independence, there was this desire for a fresh start, a new vision for national recognition.
Okay, so post-independence, there's the ongoing conflict in Jammu and Kashmir.
Exactly. And Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru saw the urgent need for distinctly Indian awards. So that led to the institution of the Param Vir Chakra, or PVC, along with the Mahavir Chakra and the Vir Chakra. They were officially set up in June 1948.
Right. And the design process itself has a story, doesn't it?
It really does. Nehru tasked Major General Hira Lal Atal, who was the first Indian adjutant general to get the PVC implemented. But here's the surprising part. He specifically asked Savitri Kanolkar, who was married to an Indian Army officer, to design the actual medal.
Really? Not a military artist or committee?
No. And what's even more incredible, almost unbelievable, is that the very first PVC awarded would go to her own daughter's brother-in-law, Major Somnath Sharma.
No way. What a connection. That's quite something.
It adds such a unique personal layer to its history, doesn't it?
Absolutely. But even with the design sorted, getting it officially established wasn't straightforward. There were hurdles.
Yeah, there were. India was still a dominion at that point, you see, within the Commonwealth. So major honors like this technically needed approval from the British Crown, from King George VI.
Oh, okay. And that was a problem.
It was complicated. As the author Ian Cardozo put it, basically, how could the king sanction awards for a war between two members of the Commonwealth, meaning India and Pakistan?
Right, that makes sense. So how did they solve that?
Well, the Governor-General at the time, Chakravarti Rajagopalachari, had a clever idea. He suggested they announce the awards on January 26, 1950. That's the day India officially became a republic.
Ah, so circumventing the need for crown approval.
Exactly. And they made the awards effective retroactively, backdated to August 15th, 1947, India's Independence Day.
Clever. And that's what happened.
Precisely. Formally established by India's first president, Rajendra Prasad, on Republic Day in 1950.
Okay, so now we have its history. Let's talk about the medal itself, the design, the regulations. What do the sources say?
The regulations laid down on that same day, Jan 26, 1950, describe it very precisely. It's a circular bronze medal, 35 millimeters across, and the symbolism is really key here. On the front, the obverse, there are 4 replicas of Indra's Vajra.
Indra's Vajra, that's the thunderbolt weapon from Vedic mythology, right?
Exactly, the weapon of the king of the gods, and they surround the state emblem.
And that's not just decoration, is it? There's a deeper meaning.
Oh, absolutely. It symbolizes the sacrifice of Rishi Dadichi. The legend says he gave his bones to the gods so they could make the Vajra to defeat a demon. Powerful stuff.
Wow. Sacrifice literally built into the design. What about the back?
On the reverse, it simply has Param Vir Chakra, written in both Hindi and English, with lotus flowers separating the 2 inscriptions. Elegant.
Very symbolic. Now, who can actually receive this? Is it just soldiers in combat?
That's an important question. The regulations are actually quite broad. It covers officers, men and women of all ranks of the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. But it also includes people like matrons, sisters, nurses, and the staff of the nursing services, and even the civilians of either sex who are serving under the direction of the armed forces.
So it's really about exceptional bravery under those conditions, not necessarily just combat roles.
Exactly. And it can be awarded posthumously, as we've seen with so many recipients.
Right. And our sources mentioned something about receiving it more than once. A bar.
Yes. If a PVC recipient performs another act of bravery that would, on its own, merit a PVC, they don't get a second medal. Instead, they receive a bar to attach to the ribbon of their existing medal. And that bar is signified by adding another replica of the Vajra.
Huh. Has that ever happened?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. As of January 2018, our sources say no. No one has ever been awarded a second PVC or a bar.
Really underscores the rarity, doesn't it?
It truly does. The level of valor required is just monumental.
And recipients can use PVC after their name.
Yes, that's right. It grants the right to use PVC as a post-nominal, just like, VC for the Victoria Cross, a mark of highest distinction.
Okay, so knowing all this background, let's talk about the people, the recipients, these incredible individuals. You said 21 awards as of 2018. What branches of service are they from?
Right, 21 recipients, and 20 of those have been from the Indian Army.
20 from the Army, so only 1 from another service.
Just 1. From the Indian Air Force. That was Flying Officer Nirmal Jit Singh Sekon, and he was awarded posthumously for his actions during the 1971 war.
A single Air Force recipient. Wow. And who was the youngest? Do we know?
Yes, the sources identify Arun Katarpal as the youngest recipient.
Arun Katarpal, okay. And are any recipients still with us today? Or as of 2018, I should say?
As of that date, yes. There were 3 living recipients, Subedar Major Bana Singh, Subedar Sanjay Kumar, and Subedar Yogendra Singh Yadav.
It's powerful just hearing those names. And maybe we can touch on a couple of examples from the list.
Sure. We already mentioned the first, Major Somnath Sharma, for his actions in the Battle of Badgam back in November 47.
Right at the beginning.
Exactly. And then if you jump forward decades to the Kargil War in 1999, you have several recipients. People like Captain Vikram Batra, recognized for incredible valor in July of that year.
These are just, incredible stories of self-sacrifice. It's hard to even comprehend. True. So the award itself is obviously immense. But what happens after? Is there recognition beyond just the medal itself, allowances, things like that?
Oh, definitely. The PDC carries a cash allowance for junior ranks. Plus, there's a monthly stipend, $20,000 per month, according to our 2018 source, which is on top of their regular pay. And importantly, that stipend is also exempt from income tax.
Okay, that's significant financial recognition.
And it provides lasting support. The pension continues to the spouse after the recipient's death, or in certain cases to parents or children. So the family is looked after.
That's good to know. But I remember reading something about state governments also contributing.
Ah, yes, and this is where it gets quite interesting. While the central government provides that stipend, many individual Indian states have set up their own pension rewards for PVC recipients from their state. And some of these state rewards far exceed the central government's amount.
How much are we talking?
Well, for example, Haryana was offering 20 million, that's 2 crore rupees, while others like Gujarat, Jammu and Kashmir, West Bengal, offered around 22,501 per month.
Wow, that's a huge disparity. From 20 million rupees down to 22,500 a month.
It is quite striking, shows different levels of state-level recognition, I suppose.
Beyond money, though, are there other forms of respect, maybe less tangible ones?
Yes, there's a fascinating convention mentioned in the sources. It's apparently relatively unknown, but within the Army, a PVC recipient, when they're in ceremonial uniform, is saluted by everyone, regardless of rank.
Everyone, even generals, would salute a junior rank with a PVC.
According to the convention, yes, even though there's no actual legal provision for it, it just speaks volumes about the sheer reverence for the award within the military culture.
That's incredible. A sign of ultimate respect.
Absolutely.
And the memory of these heroes is preserved in other ways too, right? Memorials.
Definitely. There are significant memorials like the Baladan Stam in Jammu and another at Marina Park in Port Blair. There was even a campaign started by two of the living recipients called Vidya Virta Abhiyan. The idea was to build walls of valor in schools and colleges across India featuring portraits of all 21 recipients.
Keeping their stories alive for younger generations. That's powerful.
And connecting this to the bigger picture, it really shows a nationwide effort to ensure these acts aren't forgotten. In 2019, bronze busts of all 21 recipients were installed at the National War Memorial in New Delhi in a dedicated area called the Param Vir Chakra.
Param Vir Chakra, place of the Supreme Warriors.
Exactly. And then, even more recently, on January 23rd, 2023, the government did something quite unique. They named 21 large, previously uncharted islands in the Andaman Islands archipelago after each of the 21 PVC recipients.
They named islands after them. That's an amazing tribute, putting their names literally on the map of India.
A very permanent and symbolic way to honor their legacy, isn't it?
Absolutely. And their stories have reached popular culture too, haven't they? Movies, TV shows.
Oh, yes. There was a TV series back in 1990 called Param Vir Chakra, which dramatized some of the stories, including Major Somnath Sharma's, and more recently, major Bollywood films like LOC Kargil and Shersha. Shersha focused specifically on Captain Vikram Batra's story.
Right, bringing these acts of immense courage to a massive audience.
Exactly. It helps ensure their sacrifices resonate beyond just military history circles.
So we've covered quite a bit. The history, the meaning, the design, the incredible recipients, the recognition. From its design rooted in ancient mythology and sacrifice to the profound impact on the individuals and the nation, this award truly seems to embody that idea of supreme bravery.
Yeah, if you step back and look at the whole picture, the Param Vir Chakra really is more than just a medal. It's like a living story, a narrative of courage, sacrifice, and national pride that's just deeply woven into India's identity.
So, wrapping this up, what's the takeaway for you listening in? As you think about these stories, this immense courage we've discussed, maybe consider this. In our world today, which often feels so complex, how do these acts of, most conspicuous bravery, the kind honored by awards like the PVC, how do they continue to shape our understanding of what heroism even means? And how do they inspire us? What part of these incredible stories, these individuals, stands out most to you? Something to think about.